Well, I think pretty significant in the sense that I think it damages the credibility of the Grayson campaign that they've been caught basically telling lies about me, and now some of the people who endorse them are seeing through it. But I think a lot of people in Kentucky are seeing through it. You know, we've done polling on some of the things they've attacked us on, and most Kentuckians have heard Grayson's attacks, but you know what? Most don't believe what he's saying. So I think he's losing credibility.
Well, to that question about lying about you, who do you think lied to James Dobson? He says senior GOP leaders. Who would that be?
I think you'd have to ask Reverend Dobson about that.
Oh, come on.
Well, I wasn't there. No one invited me to that conversation, but I think that'd be a good question to ask Reverend Dobson. But I think it shows that someone on the other side, if not directly the Grayson camp, someone on the other side is telling him that I wasn't pro-life, and that's just dishonest. And I mean, but that's been going on and on. We've had mailers saying I'm not pro-life. We've had mailers saying I want to close Guantanamo Bay. All untrue, and so I think the truth eventually does come to the top, and I really respect Reverend Dobson for looking further into the truth here and finding the truth of the matter.
How does that work in terms of getting a hold of him and apprising him of your true position? Who did that?
Well, there was an OBGYN I met 2 weeks ago in Paris, and he heard me give a speech about the right to life issue, and he said that I know Reverend Dobson and I'll call him.
And not to beat a dead horse here, but that's what I do for a living. I did ask Dr. Dobson's office, and they said he would have no comment on this. I guess my concern is, if in fact senior GOP leaders, as he put it, are characterizing you this way, do you think that there is some kind of, I don't know, conspiracy or a concerted effort by people who are currently in power to keep you out of power?
Well, I think what it is in politics, there are people who will not be truthful. But I think the Grayson campaign loses a lot of credibility here because they want to say, oh, you know, Rand Paul's pro-choice, but that's a lie. And this calls them out for lying. And I think it really hurts the credibility of their campaign. And I think in moving forward, it will show that people are not going to believe it when you put things on television that are not truthful. And I think that's really going to hurt them.
As far as the establishment is concerned, I understand that you had an opportunity to meet some of the establishment or more of the establishment at the Derby over the weekend. What was that like? And do you feel like you're being more included now in that club?
Well, I think there are a lot of people that are opening up to me, and I think as they find that our message really is that I want the Republican Party to be true to the GOP platform. I'm not asking for anything that is outside the mainstream conservative GOP platform. I just want us to be more honest and more truthful to our platform and more not stray from our platform like we have.
2 weeks left here until the actual primary. How do you see this going forward?
I think we have incredible momentum. This Reverend Dobson endorsement, really not only is his endorsement important, it's the reversal and the fact that it attacks the credibility of a lot of what their campaign has been against me. And I think it really takes any momentum they might hope to start up in the last 2 weeks. It really, I think, just really undercuts that. And our momentum is enormous, and I really see no stopping us through the primary.
And last thing is, do you have any other internal polling you can share with us? The Grayson campaign has shared their internal polling. Say at 40-40.
Yeah. Well, if you believe that one, I've got some land I'll sell you. No, we really feel like the credible organization, and you may have heard of this group. There's a group called WHAS out of Louisville that did a poll. Ours are really closely mirroring that. We kept within 1 or 2 points of you guys almost every time you polled. We do internal polling, and we get within 1 or 2 points of you guys.
And lastly, I promise, I know you have office hours today. That's where you are right now. At what point are you going to go full bore and not go into the office anymore and just do all the campaigning?
Well, my wife told me not to quit my day job, so I can work. I think people want someone who has a career other than politics, They're kind of tired of the career politicians, so I will keep working through November and really through being sworn in January. I'm going to continue working. I think it's important that we elect people who still do have other jobs outside of government.
But I would think maybe the last couple of days before the primary, you might take some time off to be able to barnstorm.
Yeah, I'm going to be gone the 6th and the 7th of this week, Thursday and Friday. I'm going to be making stops in southeastern Kentucky. I'm going to be going through Burkesville, Albany, Monticello, Somerset, London, Bell County, Wesley County. So I'm going to be in the Old Fifth for 2 days this week, full time, both days. So I am working some, but I'm also campaigning quite a bit too. And I'll be in Owensboro, leaving in a few minutes for a tea party in Owensboro, and then a Lincoln Day dinner to follow that. So we're doing a lot of events. I'll probably do 10 event speeches this week.